Hello everyone, welcome back to Naija Loving Canada Living. If you are new here, my name is Ify, and with my videos I try to help newcomers settle into Canada a little bit easier to avoid the surprises and shocks that come with living and moving to a new country. So today I'll be talking about something most people usually have at the back of their mind when they're thinking of moving or finalizing their move. So how much does it really cost to live in Canada? I'll be giving you real life practical examples from my perspective as a Nigerian living in Canada. We'll talk about rent, food, transportation, phone bills, daycare, winter cost, and basically everything you will spend your money on monthly. Not everything, but most of the things that I could think of in this video. So whether you are planning to move or you have just landed, please save this video, share this video. It will be helpful. It will save you from unnecessary stress. So first of all, I'll be talking about rent. This is going to be your most expensive expense. Like, this is going to be your biggest expense. Like, rent will truly humble you in this country. So here's a realistic situation as of 2025. Things may change in 2026, but this is what we are seeing and experiencing right now. So remember that I'm speaking as a single person because this is my own reality. If you have a family, expect the numbers to be a little bit different. Well, maybe a whole lot different than a single person. So in a city like Edmonton or Calgary in Alberta, you should be expecting to pay between $1,200 to $1,400 for a one bedroom, and for a two bed anywhere between $1,400 to $1,800. And if you go down to Winnipeg, Manitoba, anywhere between $1,050 and $1,250 for a one bedroom, and between $1,300 to $1,600 for a two bed. In cities like Regina and Saskatoon in Saskatchewan, anywhere between $900 to $1,150 for a one bed, and anywhere between $1,200 to $1,500 for a two bed. So this is very friendly for newcomers. It's very affordable for newcomers. And in a province like Ontario, if you're in a city outside Toronto, a one bed can set you back $1,600 to $2,000, and a two bed anywhere between $2,000 to $2,400. And if you are in the big boys, Toronto and Vancouver, a one bed can be anywhere between $2,300 to $2,700, while a two bed can be anywhere between $2,800 to $3,500. Like, if you do not have a good job, like a big job, like hundreds of thousands of dollars in salary, Toronto and Vancouver will humble you, because when they tax the salary that you think is big, you will hear, no be small way, you will hear. So my tip for you would be to start where rent is reasonable. Once you understand the system and stabilize, you can move to Toronto or Vancouver, like if that's where they buried your umbilical cord. But remember that you'd also have things like electricity cost and like water cost in addition to your rent. So next we'll talk about groceries. Food here is not cheap, and if you start converting everything to Naira, you just give yourself unnecessary headache. Just respect yourself and focus and pay what you're paying. So here's what a typical list for a Nigerian would look like. If you're getting rice in small bags, it's like anywhere between $15 to $20. Oil anywhere between $7 to $12. Chicken between $60 to $30, depending on the size that you're looking at. Beef, this one is very expensive, between $12 to $20. And things like pepper, okra, spinach, kale, I use the frozen vegetables. This is anywhere between $15 to $25. Plantain can be anywhere between $1 to $3, and yam can go up to $20 for one tuber. Nigerian Indomie between $20 to $30, and bread, and make sure I get it from a bakery, can be anywhere between $6. A crate of egg about $10, and vegetables between $6 to $10. So the weekly budget for a single person like me would be anywhere between $60 to $100, and monthly between $300 to $350. And if you have a family, please multiply accordingly. So my tip for you would be to join meat sharing groups where they share like cow and goats. It makes things a little bit cheaper. And buy bulk items from like Costco or Bulk Barn. Use Flash Food or Food Hero for discounts on food prices, and swap your Nigerian ingredients for cheaper alternatives. So for example, I use spinach and kale instead of ugu. So the next one is transportation. So this one heavily depends on your city. So if your city has reliable public transport, good for you. So like monthly passes can run you anywhere between $80 to $120, and a single trip can be anywhere between $275 to $230. And if you're fortunate and your city has a leisure access program like mine, newcomers and low-income families can get a monthly pass for as low as $28. And if you're in a province where you need to buy a car, this is where the cost piles up. If you're buying outright, a decent used car can cost you anywhere between $8,000 to $10,000. It can still be cheaper depending on the car that you want to buy. So if you decide to buy a car with a loan, your monthly loan payments can be anywhere between $200 to $500, again depending on the car you buy. Other monthly costs include gas, which can be between $150 to $250, insurance between $190 to $300 for newcomers, and you also have to maintain the car. So put away something for your maintenance, even though it's not monthly. So it can cost you anywhere between $80 to $150 for your oil change, depending on your car and where you do your oil change. In provinces like Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, the transportation system truly is not great. You would eventually need a car unless you want to spend like 2 hours on the bus for a journey that is going to take you regularly just 15 minutes. So next, I would say phone and internet. This is something that actually really shocked me. I was actually surprised at how expensive the phone bill is in Canada. You can get most of all these prepaid plans for $25 to $50, mid-range plans between $40 to $60, and on the higher end for unlimited data between $70 to $100. Personally, I pay about $44 for 80 gig because I have my credit card on my account, so I get a discount of $10. Your home internet can cost you anywhere between $60 to $300, and if you buy a new phone, add that cost separately from like your internet bill and your phone bills. Then daycare and cost for your kids. So if you have children, you'd have to put all of that into consideration. So like daycare, so most provinces daycare costs between $600 to $1,200. In Toronto and Vancouver, it could be $1,200 to $1,800. But thanks to the federal child care program, prices for daycare are dropping. Public schools are free, but you'll still need to buy things like snacks, indoor shoes, supplies, and also pay for activities for your children. So make sure to budget for that. And fortunately for you, some cities offer subsidies for things like swimming, skating, dance, soccer. Again, if you have a leisure access program like my city, you should be able to access that for your children. Then this is not something that you would spend on monthly, but you should also be saving for it. So your winter costs. So your winter jacket, your winter coat can cost you anywhere between $60 to $150 depending on where you're buying. Boots can run you a few $100s, but generally $60 to $120. Gloves, thermal wear, and your hat anywhere between $40 to $80. Tips for you: make sure to buy off season or shop in places where it will be a little bit cheaper. You can also check with St. Vincent de Paul where you can get free items. So a realistic monthly budget for a single person in most affordable provinces like Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, you can expect to pay like rent $1,200, groceries $300, transportation $100 to $120. Your phone and internet bill anywhere between $100 and $150, and miscellaneous spending anywhere between $100 and $200. Your internet, your electricity, and all of that. So total between 1800 to 22 to 2300. And for mid-range provinces like Nova Scotia and cities outside Toronto, you can expect to pay anywhere between 2200 to 2800. And in more expensive provinces in cities like Toronto and Vancouver, anywhere between 300 to 4500. If you have secret money somewhere, by all means, please move to Toronto or Vancouver. If not, please respect yourself and start where you can afford. Start where your pockets will not cry. You don't have to live in all of those big provinces. Canada is not cheap, but if you plan yourself well, it doesn't have to lead you to financial ruin. You don't have to empty your bank account to be able to survive. So make sure that you're choosing the right province, understand what your monthly costs are, and take advantage of newcomer programs. I'm a big advocate for this. I've talked a lot about it in my other videos. So little by little, you'll find your fit. Thank you very much for watching today. Please make sure to like this video, make sure to share with your friends, and also leave a comment if there's anything you want me to be talking about, or if there's anything that I missed. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in my next video.